Southwest Stories with Steve Brown is made possible by the support of The Real Route 66, Chicago to LA, a 2-week tour of America's Mother Road, May 2015. Cactus Mart, a dig-your-own cactus nursery and desert artist gallery on the highway to Joshua Tree National Park in Morongo Valley. Calmada Boutique Hotel, a desert bed and breakfast resort with a French chef, located on 40 acres near Joshua Tree National Park. China Ranch, a working date farm and natural oasis near Death Valley National Park, open for visitation year-round. The Ridgecrest area, western gateway to Death Valley National Park, home to the annual Petroglyph Festival. The historic 29 Palms Inn, dining, music, and lodging on the Oasis of Mara near Joshua Tree National Park.
Some people think of the Southwest as barren and empty. To me, it's the landscape of my soul, filled with stories. Great stories of people and places, ambitions, dreams and visions, visits with friends, and mysteries of the past. There's awesome natural beauty, ancient, elusive, and wise. Adventures with characters, historical and fictional. Larger-than-life legends, captivating destinations, and, of course, everyday people. These are tales of a timeless journey and the people we meet along the way. I'm Steve Brown, and these are Southwest Stories.
Which is right here.
Oh.
The Kevlar cable goes along the uprights.
All right, she gave them to me. I don't know. I mean, that's all. Do you want to hold on to this?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is getting to the point where I need both hands to keep this. Whoa. Slight concussion. Other than that, everything's fine. No wonder she has these signed waivers. Whoa. Oh, man. Now the other lines are kind of coming into play. We're here in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, trying to launch a hot air balloon named Cloud Kisser into the cool morning air. Cloud Kisser is down here in Arizona all the way from Riverton, Wyoming, to take part in the Havasu Balloon Festival. And right now, balloon pilot Pat Newland and our crew seem to be having trouble waking her up.
We can roll the basket that way.
Yeah.
Ballooning and the Southwest complement each other beautifully, and I'm looking forward to seeing Havasu, one of my favorite places in Arizona, from a new vantage point. That is, if we ever get off the ground. Pat is an accomplished pilot, and our crew is composed of experienced volunteers, but me, I'm a complete novice. I've never been flying in a hot air balloon before, and there's something about going up 1,000 feet or so in a rattan basket that gives me second thoughts. But it's a nice, calm desert morning, and if the other 80 or so balloon crews here for the festival think it's a good idea to go up in these baskets, or gondolas, so can I. As other balloons rise around us, I'm gaining an appreciation for just how much work goes into ballooning. Can we just keep going? How long can we fly?
Like run out of fuel.
How long is that going to be?
That always depends. The variables are the weight you have in your basket plus the heat of the day.
Okay.
The warmer the day, the more weight, it's going to use up your fuel.
Okay.
So my clue to really get down and start my last tank.
Uh-huh.
Because it could take the
A
whole
while.
tank to find a place to land.
So now, what do you like the most about ballooning, anyway? Being able to do that to people who ask you just stupid questions? And you've been doing this since 1999, yeah.
Before that, I was crew for many years, so I've
Okay.
been around ballooning for a while before I actually started the training.
That's great.
But then after a while, your own little hometown isn't good enough anymore to do all your flying. You want to get out and balloon in other beautiful areas.
Well, it's a wonderful way to see the world. I mean, you get a really good lay of the land. Soaring, more or less silently, over Havasu, with incredible views of the city, the lake, and the mountains all around, is fantastic. Down below, I can hear the sounds of the town waking up all around us, and we can hear and see it all. We can keep going, as long as we don't go land on one of those mountains over there. Once we get to those mountains, we have to keep going to Blythe. You don't want to go to Blythe. All too soon, we're landing on a street in Havasu. Our faithful crew is there to assist, and the landing is as gentle as the ride itself. We're earthbound once more.
You can watch that mailbox. Watch the mailbox.
Maybe Dad one of those
We were at Dick. We started at Dick Samp Memorial Park. I think it's north of here.
At the end of our flight, our director of photography, Spellman, and I are treated to a traditional ceremony for first-time balloonists. Tradition is big with this sport that began in a vastly different age. It all started in 1783 when a duck, a sheep, and a rooster were lofted into the skies above France, and now we have joined a long line of livestock and humans who have gone ballooning over the centuries. I can't thank Pat, the cloud kisser balloon, and our crew enough for this experience. This is a great way to see the desert. Around Havasu, the festival gets underway with balloons rising from multiple locations into the clear desert sky. Near the London Bridge, there's a special visitor for this year's festival, bringing a touch of England to Arizona. It's the Lord Mayor's Charity Appeal Balloon, sent to participate by the Lord Mayor of London himself. The family of Lake Havasu City's founder, Robert McCullough Sr., the man responsible for bringing the London Bridge to Arizona, has sponsored the Lord Mayor's Balloons Festival appearance. The Lord Mayor's Charity Appeal Balloon raises awareness for the Lord Mayor's ongoing appeal that has provided millions of pounds for charities and good causes over the years. Today it is piloted at the festival by British national hot air balloon champion Andrew Hawley. It's delightful to see the Lord Mayor's balloons soar over the London Bridge. I'm heading out with my friend Captain Kenny Samp to view the spectacle from the water. But tell us a little bit about yourself and your relationship with the lake, because I believe we launched from a park here on our balloon trip that had your last name attached to it.
Right.
So I think you've got a little history with Havasu.
Right.
Tell us about
Well,
that.
welcome aboard. The Samp family have been part of Lake Havasu for many, many years. My father, Dick Samp, was the director of Parks and Recreation, so he was instrumental of developing the park system here in Lake Havasu. We're fortunate to have a park named after him, and that's Dick Samp Park. It's a nice baseball field here.
It's a great place to launch a balloon, too. Yeah. You've got two boats, correct?
We have a 6-passenger open-air pontoon that we specialize in our sunset experience, late afternoon and evening tour, and we also have the Contiki Canyon Cruiser, which does a trip to Copper Canyon every day. Copper Canyon is noted to be the most scenic canyon on the lower Colorado River, and it's rich in history.
And then tell me a little bit about Serenity Now, the boat that we're on.
Well, this is really what started it. I've always had a special connection to the water, and we didn't have this really intimate experience available for the community. I decided, you know what, who better else to do it?
You're out here taking people out day in and day out. What do you enjoy about that the most?
Sharing. I really like to share the experience with others. I know how important it is for me to take it all in, how much of a connection it is for me, and I wanted to just share that with others. So that was really the catalyst of really to pull the whole thing together.
I found that going out with you on these cruises is like one of the most incredible ways to experience not only the lake but the desert. We've sailed right up to bighorn sheep walking down the mountainside. That's pretty incredible.
What we experience, you're not going to see it from the town here. You have to get out into it. Just a couple miles down the river, you wouldn't even know there's a city nearby. All kinds of wildlife like the desert bighorn sheep, mule deers, coyote, burro, all kinds of birds. Outside of the natural beauty of the area, it's just a real special place.
As much as I like Captain Kenny and his beautiful boats, Lake Havasu still seems to lack a pirate ship.
But we do have a pirate on board. Steve's a pirate.
I'm just a humble sea cook. Never totally grow up. You have to keep a little bit of that childhood imagination. Don't believe that stuff about the pirate. I mean, I'm really just a humble PBS host. In fact, the best pirate song, of course, of all time is Derelict. And done for the rest. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. When the bait was fixed by the bosun's pike, the bosun was brained with a marlin spike, and Cookie's throat was marked belike. Robert Louis Stevenson wrote the chorus for the pirate song Derelict, reportedly while living in California. You can find the lyrics in Treasure Island. While there may not be any booty buried on the shores of Lake Havasu, adventures abound, and there are treasures to be found. Ship's list. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Dead and been damned, and the rest gone whiz. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Well, the skipper lay with his knob in gore, where the scullion's axe his cheek at shore. The scullion he was stabbed times 4, and there they lay in the soggy skies, dripped all day long in upstaring eyes. When it's time to fuel up, we head down to the Octane Wine Garage. Run by Lisa Frame, Octane has converted a gas station into a fun bistro with outdoor dining and a full bar. We're here at the Octane Wine Garage in Lake Havasu City, and this is one of the more unique service stations I've ever pulled into. Tell me a little bit about the Octane Wine Garage, Lisa.
Well, it used to be a gas station. Been in the business for several years and came across it. My husband actually came across it and asked what I could do with it, and now we're here.
Now, you guys have other restaurants that you've done, right?
Yes, like I said, came from a family of restaurants. My family had 5 restaurants. This would be my 6th one that I've opened. But this is a different concept for me. And with 2 beautiful chefs, we created all of this.
Now, how did you decide on this menu, the kind of bistro menu?
We wanted to be new to Lake Havasu. My husband's been out here for several years, and this is my 2nd year out here. So being new to it and going to restaurants around town, we don't do anything fried or grilled. We wanted more of a clean living. Everybody's in bikinis around here, and I thought, well, how do they sustain this with
a diet of fried foods and
fried foods,
endless beer?
So, and I live in Scottsdale part-time too, so I brought a little bit of Scottsdale to Lake Havasu.
Okay.
So everything that we wanted to create was just a cleaner lifestyle.
Okay. And then you've got a full bar as well, right?
We do.
Okay.
We do. So it's just not wine, full service bar. We do, our social hour, which is happy hour, and then we do breakfast on special occasions.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it looks very healthy. I'll tell the barber to get you French toast, and then you go. All
but
right.
it's not fried. So.
It's not fried. What is it?
It's all everything's baked.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's baked in a combination of syrup
Yes.
and
Yes.
sugar
Yes.
and honey.
Well,
And
hopefully you're not diabetic.
not yet. And then it looks like some imagination has gone into the mixed drink category as
Do
well.
you like that?
I haven't tried it yet. What in the
That
world is this?
That is a meat straw. So
Okay.
you actually can. It's a straw. Drink out of the straw. So that's our Bloody Mary. And
It's good for you, right?
It is.
Because
It's
this is
not
all
baked
healthy,
or fried.
right? Yeah, it's not baked or fried. Although you might be fried by the end of the meal. Okay, so we've got diabetic treats.
Yeah,
We've got
right.
Slim Jim straws, which work admirably well, I can tell you. All right. Well, let's do a little toast
Okay.
to the Octane Wine
Yes.
Garage.
Thank
And
you.
I'm looking forward to stopping in here and gassing up quite frequently.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Feels weird to be doing a toast and then sipping through a Slim Jim. But you know it works. Well, if you're going to enjoy a nice lunch and wash it down, sipping Bloody Marys through some kind of meat straw, you gotta pay the price and work it off. And I know just the thing. We're heading out to go hiking at Sarah Park, which is located right at the southern end of town. One of the things that makes Havasu so attractive is the dramatic geology around the city and lake. And one of the things that makes Sarah Park so unusual is that you can experience this geology firsthand with only a 15-minute drive from the London Bridge. The park has a number of trails available for all levels of hikers, and you can spend an hour or all day hiking here. Sarah stands for Special Activities and Recreation Area and is nearly 2 square miles in size. The park also offers mountain bike trails, a dog park, a BMX and motocross track, rodeo grounds, sports fields, a shooting and archery range, remote control airplane field, and the Havasu 95 Speedway. But even with all of that located here, the park is big enough to feel like you're getting away from it all without having to go very far at all. There are plenty of other places to hike, camp, and boat around Lake Havasu, but Sarah Park is perfect when you just want a break and want to get a feel for the landscape here, and you don't have a lot of time to hit the backcountry. It's another one of the pleasant surprises I continue to find around Havasu. Havasu always has something going on. This weekend, it's not only hot air balloons, but classic VW buses that are congregating by the lake. It's time for the annual Buses by the Bridge campout where combis and sambas and deluxes with safari windows and all sorts of cool vintage VW buses and their owners gather for a few days to swap stories, hunt for parts, and party. Buses by the Bridge is organized by VW garage owner and enthusiast Ronnie Feidelson. So Ronnie, tell me how Buses by the Bridge began.
Back in 1990, there was a guy in town named John Howard who's still part of it, and he decided he was really into buses, decided to have a camp out. So he put on a camp out back in 1990.
Okay.
So John and I brought it back into existence.
Mm-hmm.
And then from then on, it's just expanded and grown into this, from 50, 60 buses to almost probably 400 this week.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, this is a huge camp out here.
Yes, it's gotten huge. We used to start Friday evening, Saturday and Sundays, and over the years we've expanded it and it started Thursday. And now, probably by tonight, there'll be 250 buses. About noon today, we had 160 here already.
Wow, and buses have really taken off as like collector's items these days. I mean, they're hot.
Yes, buses have gone totally insane. My business is based on building buses, and we're so busy right now we can't see straight, and the values of the buses have quadrupled in the last few years.
It really seems like there's kind of a community among the people that do have these buses.
Yeah, the VW community is huge. There's no age preference, race, creed, religion. I mean, a bus owner, everybody's friends. Mm-hmm. Everybody helps everybody else, and it's like a huge family. We call it, it's a family event, and you can see it's hundreds and hundreds of people of all ages, the way they dress, how they act, everything, but everybody gets along.
With each bus comes a story, and with Tom Summers, it's no different. He's driven his Turkish 62 all the way to Guadalajara, and buses have played a role throughout his life.
We have a thriving little VW scene. We have a club. My club is called San Diego Air Cooled. And we put on a car show every year at the local community college.
Nice.
Oh, there's a lot of us that are, I'm not saying that we're pathologically trying to relive our youth, but, you know.
But, hey, if it works, right?
Just ride the two-lane to paradise, to paradise, to paradise.
Lake Havasu City has come a long way since Robert McCullough got things going a little more than 50 years ago. In 1980, Havasu had under 16,000 residents. Today, the city has grown to more than 50,000 residents, with the population during the winter swelling from snowbirds flocking to the city to escape the snows up north. And the signs of growth are everywhere around town. Meanwhile, out on the island, the Balloon Festival is preparing for the evening glow, a beautiful way to end the day. Both regular and special-shaped balloons are tethered around the grounds, while others land to prepare for the event. As the sun goes down, the colors of the balloons gathered here become more intense as they flash on and off in the dark. I've seen Havasu now from the land, water, and air, and I don't think I'll ever see enough. I've made friends here, after all, and with those friends come stories, Southwest stories. I know I'll be back again for more fun and more stories to share.
Southwest Stories with Steve Brown is made possible by the support of Cactus Mart, a dig-your-own cactus nursery and desert artist gallery on the highway to Joshua Tree National Park in Morongo Valley. Calmada Boutique Hotel, a desert bed and breakfast resort with a French chef, located on 40 acres near Joshua Tree National Park. China Ranch, a working date farm and natural oasis near Death Valley National Park, open for visitation year-round. 29 Palms, California, welcoming visitors for over 9,000 years, gateway to Joshua Tree National Park. The historic 29 Palms Inn, dining, music, and lodging on the Oasis of Mara near Joshua Tree National Park. The Ridgecrest area, western gateway to Death Valley National Park, home to the annual Petroglyph Festival.